Hello again from my backyard. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Been enjoying being outside today. Here it is in August, and we have a relatively cool afternoon, which has been nice to be outside doing a little bit of work in the yard. But it's a unique Sunday afternoon. It's a Sunday before the first day of school tomorrow. Tomorrow, for most North Carolina kids, they're going back to school. And as a retired teacher, I thought I'd like to offer a few thoughts about that. I am a Golden Eagle through and through. Still got my shirt, got my hat. I'm a Golden Eagle. At one time, I was an elk in high school. We were the Bucking Elks. And at North Stanley High School, I was the Comets. It's an exciting time for kids to go back to school. But this year, it's going to be just a little bit different. It's probably going to be a lot different than what we've all been used to in the past. I know in some schools are going to be virtual for the first 9 weeks. Some schools are going back. There's a variety of things happening, and we're living in a very different time. COVID-19 has given us a different environment in which to live our lives, and we've got some adjustments to make. But I want to talk more about getting ready for school, going back to school, because we all hope at some point, even if we are doing virtual school right now, that there's going to be a time when we can get back together in school buildings. So I'd like to just have a few thoughts with you before school opens tomorrow. The first thing, of course, I want to ask everyone for is prayer. It should be obvious that I'm going to ask for that. Anyone who knows me knows I'm going to ask. We need to be praying for our students, the teachers, and this year we really need to be praying for the administration, superintendents, and the principals as they have to make decisions about what to do and how to respond to COVID. When we should come back to school, when's it safe to be actually in the buildings, and when we do go back in the buildings, how we deal with COVID outbreaks when they occur. So there needs to be some prayer for the administration a lot this year. I want to just encourage you to pray for them. We need wisdom. We need wisdom. They need wisdom to know what to do and how to lead and how to make those tough calls when it comes time to close schools or to go virtual for a while. And we need to pray for our governors and our governmental leaders as they have to make decisions for the states and, of course, the president for the whole nation. We need good wisdom and good, wise decision making on all levels of government. So I ask you to pray for our governmental leaders. That's scriptural. And we're told in Scripture in a number of places that we should pray for our governing authorities so we can live in peace. And so I'm encouraging you to be obedient to Scripture, to pray for all of our government leaders. They need wisdom. They really need wisdom, particularly in the time we're living in. They need wisdom. So I was just thinking about school. Not only have we got to deal with going back to school and actually learning, but you think about all the other things that go on at school. There's the sports, and I was a DECA club sponsor, the DECA club, FBLA, all the different clubs at school. How are they going to function? Are they going to be able to have competition? Are they going to be able to travel to competition? All the kinds of things you got to think about having groups get together for competition. That's an issue that has to be decided on how we're going to do all that. So you got to pray for all those kind of leaders as well as they lead their organizations and as teachers sponsor those organizations, the coaches at school. Um, all those people need wisdom and need grace and need to know how to get on with those regular kinds of things we all look forward to when it comes to school. So again, I want to ask you to pray for those kinds of things this year. Um, I want to pray also for students and teachers about their attitude. You know, teaching online is different. Learning online is different. And I know last year um, when we had to go home because of COVID-19, it really was challenging for teachers and students to have school when you weren't in school. How do you do that? And there's been a lot of time over the summer to get ready for the new school year. There's going to be a lot more accountability this year for the students to be involved, to connect in. They're looking at all kinds of options about ways to connect with the teachers, whether it's through email, whether you're going to do virtual classrooms, whether you're going to do teachers do videos and students to watch them. Lots of different avenues and ways education is going to occur. And we just want to pray that people enter this school year with the right attitude, a positive attitude, that we're going to learn. It's going to be different. Some kids might love this better. And some kids are going to miss getting together with their friends every day. And so we need to kind of understand that for students, it's a challenge. And for teachers, it's a challenge. And so having the right attitude going in is going to be so important during this time. And another thing I want to ask you as parents to do is to lead at home by example. You know, it is such a challenging time with COVID, with what schools are having to make decisions about how to do things, and some decisions are going to change rapidly as COVID might reemerge again. And you have to make adjustments in your schedules at home and your work schedules and all the things that have to happen relating to that. But one of the things that I'm asking you to do at home as parents is to lead in your home by example. And we know there are certain things we can do that are going to help with COVID. Washing our hands. We've all heard about that. We know it's important to wash our hands a lot. So help your children, help your students to know to do that too. It's important to wash our hands to try to keep this virus down. We also know about distancing ourselves, social distancing. Help younger kids to understand that they need to keep a little distance from one another. I know when I go to church, there's some children that come up and just want to hug me right up when I walk in the door, and I love that and I enjoy that. But children have to understand that we're in a different time. We have to be careful a little bit more about in how we can social distance and yet still be connected and still have that connection that we all need. So it'd be good for you to talk to your kids about that. And the last thing is probably really challenging to talk about, and that's masks. I know that face masks are very divisive right now. But if putting on a mask can help us be back in school, at home, I'm asking you as parents to encourage your children that this is going to be something important they're going to have to do. What you say and what you do and how you lead at home, what you say to your children at home can impact the way that they act at school. So if you don't believe in the power of masks, that's okay. But in front of your children, lead them by a positive example. Because if they're not wearing them in school, they're going to get disciplined, and you're going to get calls from principals about your children not wearing the mask. So all those other issues come up. So helping your children to have a positive attitude about having to wear the mask. Now, inside your mind and in your own bedroom, you may have different thoughts and feelings, but in front of your kids, try to lead them by example and tell them how important this could be. We know this doesn't stop COVID, but we also know that by using a mask, washing our hands, and keeping some distance, those three things combined together can help make a difference of slowing it down. There's no silver bullet with COVID, but there's some things we can do to try and make it better, try and make it safer. And that's just one of them. So I'm just asking you as parents to lead at home by example and having a positive attitude about all the things, learning, distance learning, turning assignments in. Please support your teachers in that way. Encourage your kids to do the work at home and to send the work in. And stay connected. Most schools now allow you to look online and see the students' grades and see their progress. Follow up with your teachers. Um, we want to have a good school year. Teachers do, parents do, kids do. And a lot of it comes back to what's happening at home and our attitude when we go into situations. And we can make this be a good school year. It can be a very good school year. And there can be a lot of learning that can happen. But we all have to work together. And that's a lot of it. We have to work together. You, me, all of us. Parents, teachers, students, administrators, all working, coaches, all of us working together to make the school year successful, good, and fun. So we're not far away now. Tomorrow morning, school starts. God bless the students. God bless you teachers. I'm missing you up there at East Davidson. I miss you at North Stanley. I miss being around my friends, my colleagues. Have a great school year. Have fun this year. Just let's just pray that God's going to be with us and we're going to have a great year. God bless you. Have a good day. Good luck with school.